Hola, me llamo Noah, and I will be doing my project based on the Spanish Civil War. All right, the Spanish Civil War was a civil war fought in Spain. Se peleó desde 1936 hasta 1936. The war was an outcome of a polarization of Spanish life and politics that had developed over previous decades. Había dos bandos en España, los republicanos y los nacionalistas. Los nacionalistas. The Republicans were on the left side of Spain and were formed by the Spanish government together with unions, communists, anarchists, workers, and peasants. On the right side were the nationalists, the rebel part of the army, the bourgeois, the landlords, and generally the upper classes. La Guerra Civil Española comenzó el 18 de julio de 1936. It was when journalists Emilio Mola and Francisco Franco launched an uprising aimed at overthrowing the country's democratically elected republic. The nationalists nationalist rebels' initial efforts to take military revolts through Spain only particularly succeeded. They quickly seized political power and instituted martial law. Algunas ciudades tienen fuertes tradiciones políticas. Some Spanish officers remained loyal to the Republic and refused to join the uprising. About 60,000 foreign volunteers fought for the Republicans, while nationalists received nearly 350,000 men for Germany and Italy. On November 6, 1936, nationalists attempted to take Madrid as an easy victory, but were overrun by the international brigades. La lucha duró 28 meses. Both sides eventually had to call for help because they were seeing themselves as too weak to win a quick victory. Miles de nacionalistas fueron ejecutados durante la guerra. One was Primo de Rivera, who has been in a police custody since July and is executed by firing squad. Franco orders this to the prisoners. I authorize you to kill them like a dog, and you will be free of all responsibility. Germany and Italy sent troops, tanks, planes to aid the nationalists, while the Republicans got help from the Soviet Union and Mexican government in receiving equipment and supplies. Britain, no quiere, involved cruces en la guerra. La batalla más grande fue en Ebro. The Battle of Ebro was the bloodiest battle in the Spanish Civil War, and it took place on both banks of the lower part of the Ebro River between southern Catalonia and southeastern Aragon. From 50,000 to 100,000 people lost their lives on both sides, including soldiers as young as 17. In June 1938, the Nationalists drove to the Mediterranean Sea and cut the Republican territory in two. Later that year, Franco mounted a major offensive against Catalonia and took it in January 1939. With the Republican cause all but lost, its leaders attempted to negotiate a peace, but Franco refused. On March 28, 1939, the Republicans finally surrendered in Madrid, bringing the Civil War to an end. Franco subsequently served as a dictator of Spain until his death in 1975. Cerca de 500,000 personas murieron. Of these, about 200,000 people died as a result of systematic killings, mob violence, torture, or other brutalities. La guerra dio lugar as uno de los eventos más difíciles a los que se ha enfrentado España.